So, one of the things that Muslims will say when you're evangelizing them is if Jesus is God, where does he say he's God in the Bible? Show me where Jesus says that he's God in the Bible, and I'll become a Christian, is one of the things that you'll hear from quite a few Muslims when you're out sharing the gospel with them. And my answer for that is 1 Corinthians 10:4. And it says, they were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. And this is talking about the children of Israel when they came out of Egypt, that they were baptized unto Moses in the cloud, which was when Jehovah was over them in the cloud and he split the sea. And it says they all did drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. And we know the rock, like, miraculously gave them water in the desert when they came out of Egypt. And it's saying that that was a spiritual rock, and that that rock was Christ. And it's saying that the God that was following them was Christ. So that's just one example. There's many examples where the Bible tells us that Jesus is God, but that's just another example where it's showing us that Jesus is the God that brought them out of Egypt, that opened the Red Sea. So that's just another example that you can tell them. There's many examples, and I guess you got to kind of be simple, because when you're talking to people from a foreign country, they're coming from a different culture. Some of them struggle with English. Sometimes I struggle with English because my grandparents were Southern, so there's certain words that I just can't say right. Not your typical, Michigander, because I was raised by grandparents that were from Arkansas, so I have a little bit of an accent, and sometimes it gets worse depending on, the setting that I'm in. If I'm listening to country music, all of a sudden my accent will get even worse. So, but there's a lot of communication issues, so it's better to be simple with Muslims than to be too complicated, because they won't take it in and they'll just turn it off if you're not actually talking at their level. So the spiritual rock that followed them is Jehovah, and it is Jesus. So that's where you can put together the pieces that the God of the Old Testament is Jesus. And that's something that they have to overcome to become a Christian. And ultimately, we want them to be saved. We want them to accept the Jesus that loves them, that died for them on the cross to pay for their sins so that they could be saved and so that they could go to heaven.